What should they do and why?
And I think that because if you step aside from the politics one day will come for you to influence your life. You cannot control it. This is the structural influence from the politics. So don't run away from it, because they will come for you. And if you don't voice out, one day there will no one else can voice out for you. And then this is, I think, this sensitivity of the dangerous should be every youngster, every people in the world to know that why politics or why social issue is important.
Wow, you sounds like a very smart and wise young man. I would never thought of that. It will impact you if you don't participate. It's almost like being a silent neighbor, and then when something happened in your neighborhood, you are unaware,
Yeah.
right? So that's good. That's good teaching. That's good philosophy. Now, how young were you when you first get involved or shows your interest into politics?
I think about 19 years old.
Yes.
19 years old. And when I first stepped into college for study social work, and then first from that time I actually start to know how poverty, what is poverty, how grassroots live in Hong Kong is subdivided housing flat. I think that the image I get from the social participation at that time is the first time to let me know social justice is really important, because if there is no social justice, wherever what service we do, we can do many volunteer service, but that is not tackling the cause of the issue or the injustice. So we have to, besides serving others, we have to also concern why the injustice, why the wealth gap, why the any discrimination happen, the structural reason. I think learning the structural reason is that the rules of trying to learn the structural reason is why I would be passionate in participating in the social issue.
So how is your campaign doing? If you don't mind me ask, how do you feel about your campaign?
From in that time, I still optimistic, because the voting, the participation percentage is quite good compared to the last time of the election. But I don't know, because the election day will end at 12 hours later.
Yes.
So if the participation can keep up and keep
Going,
this,
yeah.
I would be really optimistic.
Let me ask you the most interesting question. This affects me when I ran for public office as well. There's always that chance that you win and you don't win. What if you don't win? What would you do? And what if you win? What would you do immediately after?
If I don't win, I will being a social worker again, because being doing advocacy work or in any position that can let me keep concerning and keep voicing out is, I think I will do it all in my life. I can say that. I have confidence to say
Now,
that.
what if you win?
Or if I win, I think the transparency of the district council is the first agenda I would like to mention in district council, because being accountable is the first responsibility to being a politician. Because in the past, I'm just a social worker, I'm not a politician. But if I become a politician, I have unavoidable responsibility to be accountable for not only my voters in this district, but to the Hong Kong people.
You are a one sharp, bright man, and you make me excited about the election in Hong Kong more than any elections, because the United States facing an election in 2020 where we have to see to reevaluate of how we came along to be where we are today. And I hope the young people around the world, looking at your example, who stands up and say, hey, we cannot neglect our generational responsibility and avoid politics, because I've seen it before. Taxation without representation happens all the time. People get tired, they don't want to get up, they don't want to go out and vote, they don't want to participate in social structural changes. That to me is just unpatriotic, and you are very patriotic to where you live, and that's admirable, and that should be the lessons for everyone out there in the world. If they're ever concerned and thinking about what if. I'm glad you do this now, because my mentor, who no longer here, he used to tell me when I was 22 years old, ask him, should I run for public office? Because nobody run. He said, don't be afraid of older people. Don't be afraid of the people think differently. But do it now, get the experience. Because you can always do it again.
Yeah.
But I love how you quoted, if this doesn't work, you always have a different way to participate. But at some point, families and everything else will come into play. So I'm so glad you do this now. So you have more focus and more energy and more creativity. What do you think about, the last questions for you is artistry, political artistic ability of people creating art. Artists are amazing during crucial times like this to reduce stress level, to bring humor, and to
Humor
open
is
up
very
mind.
important.
Yeah. So despite all of this struggle, we have to find a way to cope and move forward, right?
Yeah.
So what do you do on days that you run into issues that are troubling you? How do you express yourself creatively?
I love to read. I love many philosophers and social theories. It's reading some, because when I see some social problem I cannot solve, I don't know what is the way out of some issue, I will try to find my way out from books. And besides that, discussing with others, because my art is awful. I cannot even paint a very simple drawing. But being reading, I think absorbing others' thinkers' ideas is a very good way for me to solve my problem. Because it's a very honest way. Is I cannot solve a problem, but if I know this problem is serious that other great thinker cannot figure it out, I will feel better for myself. It's not my problem to don't know how to solve some problem. It's because this one maybe exists for centuries. But but reading, whether I can find a way out or not, being reading itself be calm and let me know what.
It's almost like a meditation state, right?
Yeah.
You got to go, like I watch movie after a long day, so you have good coping skill, and I want to share that with you. It took me to be a soldier to understand that it's not about solving problems. That's not good. If you jump into a problem trying to solve it right away, sometimes you have to learn how to cope with how you feel. Then you can approach the solutions differently.
Maybe sometimes we have to
balance.
wait until the chance that the structure and maybe the society give you the way out, but not you can find and create a way out.
Man, I'm excited. I hope I see you at the UN level and represent, the masses and masses of people. We have young people, bright and smart and dedicated as you are. United States will be far and away better place than where we are today. But for your friends from around the world, people from the United States in different countries who believe in voting process, believe in having a voice and ability in participations and patriotisms, and want to make things better for the rest of human conditions around the world, what is your final share with them?
Don't lose our hope to being a better world, to creating a better world. We should keep trying it. We don't know when will be the end or the final stage of creating a utopian, but we should believe that there should be a utopian. This is worth chasing on.
Yes, it's always worth it, right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's going to affect us somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a pleasure here to interview Isaac Cole. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.